What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Am for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with a weekend reading. The first sign I see is the first sign I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to my notification gang. I love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw was Sagittarius, so we're gonna go ahead and get it poppin'. Shout out to XO. As always, everybody, I do want to mention, if you're interested in personal readings, first link in the description box below to my website if you want to book me there. I do want to say, guys, I know I haven't been here for like the past 3 days, I think. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've been feeling like shit recently, so definitely feeling a lot better today, though, with that being said. So I've been feeling a lot better, but in terms of my energy, I've just been wiped. I've been under the weather. Just hasn't been the best of vibes, but you know, I got my rest and rejuvenation. It was definitely something that's needed. So sorry for not being here. Sorry for not really filling you guys in too much or even much of an update. There you go, that's the word. But neither here nor there. I'm happy to be here, so thank you guys for pulling through. Really appreciate you. So I'm gonna go ahead and say what's up here to some peeps, and then we'll go ahead and get started. XO, what's going on? What's going on, Deanna? What's going on, Jennifer? What's going on, Ruthie? Crystal? How's everybody doing today? Really appreciate you guys. What's up, Aquarius? What's going on, Denise? What's poppin', Lucy? Healing Hearts. Hey, Anthony. Hope you're doing fantastic. Definitely doing a lot better. Thank you so much. Hey, May. What's going on? Hello, Aunt Sag here from the Philippines. Happy weekend, everybody. Happy weekend to you, too. Really appreciate you. All right, guys. We are starting out with Sagittarius today, so let's see what we got going on here for the Saggy coming on into the next 72 hours. Let's see what's up, baby. Message is showing up here for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. Sorry, 72 hours. What do we got going on here for Team Sagittarius in the next 72? Heather Ann, thank you so much. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Jocelyn, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't been feeling the best, but thanks so much. Thank you guys. For those of you, I appreciate the fact that you guys were worried, but feeling a lot better, like I mentioned, and happy to be here, guys. Okay, what do we got going on here for Sagittarius coming on into the next 72 hours? Let's see what we got going on here for your weekend, baby. Sagittarius, overall energy for you is going to be the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with an earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taking a look into the current energy for the weekend, we have here the Three of Cups, what you're dealing with, Sagittarius, King of Pentacles in reverse, and then having a look here at the outcome, guys, is going to be the Hierophant in the reverse position. So let's see what we got going on for Team Sagittarius. Now, I do want to mention, rolling into your weekend, guys, Knight of Pents reversed here to the Three of Cups in the upright position. I do want to mention, it kind of feels like you are putting a little bit of a pause on something. It's kind of like, I need to stop what I'm doing here and I need to focus on enjoying myself. So I think the primary focal point coming into your weekend here for your read is like Three of Cups. I need to enjoy myself more. I need to focus more on that. But there is something here that you need to stop. And I definitely feel like it's about worrying, like I need to stop worrying. I need to stop putting my focus on what's not going so great right now in life or what's not working out so well. Because looking at what you're dealing with here, you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And King of Pentacles reversed typically tends to mean you're in a little bit of a not so cool, calm, and collected place. You could feel really stressed out. You can feel really all over the place and not really collected and really well put together. So you guys could have had a bit of a week where maybe you felt all over the place. Maybe you felt restless. Maybe you felt disorganized. That's definitely a good way to kind of sum it up, is kind of like disorganization. And I feel that for you guys, it's like, okay, I've had a long week. Maybe it was a little bit of a mess of a week, right? But I want to enjoy myself this weekend. I want to be stress-free. I don't need to worry so much, right? The week is over. We're going to reset coming up towards Monday, right? So looking at the outcome here, Hierophant reversed. Choosing to not put too much attachment into how this week went out and what you went through this week, and choosing to not worry too much about it with that Knight of Pentacles reversed. I think ultimately for you guys, it's like, I've had a hell of a week. I want to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. I want to enjoy myself this weekend, and I want to detach from everything I've experienced. It almost kind of feels to me too, though, like I'm picking up on an energy for Sagittarians where it's like maybe you're putting too much responsibility on yourself or putting too much pressure on yourself. Like maybe you had a really rough week at work. Maybe everything just felt like it was going wrong this week. And I think that you were holding yourself to a certain standard of responsibility, as if you were responsible for everything that happened and that you should have been on top of everything. But I feel like you were dealing with elements that were beyond your control. And trust me, you know, I'm there. I'm that type of person. Like I've been there before too, where, you know, I'll take on the stress of elements that are out of my control and act like I was in control of them. But ultimately, if you can't control something, it's not on you. You know, it kind of is what it is. It's the luck of the draw, etc. So I definitely feel for you guys coming into your weekend. It's like, I need to let go of the stress, the pressure, the worry, the control. You know, if things happen this week that were beyond my control, it is what it is. I kind of just want to put this week to the side and enjoy my weekend because I deserve that after going through a little bit of a stress fest, you know? So I love that, Sag. I don't love that maybe you had a bit of a rough week, right? You know, but I'm definitely happy that you are being more kind to yourself, taking the pressure off, taking the load off this weekend, and just, you know, doing everything you can to enjoy yourself because you genuinely do deserve it, okay? All right, Team Sagittarius, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning on in. So we started out here with our fire for the weekend read. For today's lineup, we're going to go ahead and do fire, earth, water, and air. So jumping on into our earth signs, Team Virgo, let's go ahead here and get it popping. What do we got showing up here for Virgo, baby? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. In the next 72 hours, what's showing up here for Team Virgo? In the next 72, hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look. Virgo, overall energy for you guys is a 7 of Pentacles coming into your weekend. Having a look here at the current energy, we do have here the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, what you're dealing with, guys. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to go ahead and be the 4 of Pentacles in the upright position. So let's see what we got here for your weekend. I feel like this could be patience with the 7 of Pentacles. Typically for me, a 7 of Pentacles is representative of being in a space of investment, but it also could be about being in a space of patience. And I think a lot of you guys have been patiently waiting for change, but looking at what your current energy is, Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reverse is kind of like the lack thereof in reference to change. It means something isn't turning around, something here isn't changing. So you've been very patient, even though something is turning around very, very, very slowly. Looking at what you're dealing with though, 9 of Pentacles in reversed, I almost kind of feel that due to the nature of how slow some sort of change is taking place, you're kind of feeling less and less confident. It's like, I don't know. I mean, something is turning around super slowly, or maybe it feels like it's not turning around at all. I'm starting to feel a little bit of doubt. I'm starting to feel like I can't really trust the process here. So I think a lot of you guys are starting to have a lack of confidence that something's going to be changing in your life moving forward into the weekend. But looking at the outcome here being the 4 of Pentacles here says though, but I can't let go. You know, I can't let go of what I want to see change in my life. I'm going to hold on to that because that's what I'm looking forward to having. Here's the thing, right? As we all know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Changes take time. They're not inherently going to be super quick. For some people, maybe change comes quick. For others, it may take a very long time. But change is inevitable. And that's one thing I want to remind everybody about constantly. No matter what you're working on, no matter how long you're working on it, you will always change your circumstances. And you will always have the power to change the circumstances into something better. So I feel that if you're in a period of time where you've been patient, that's fantastic. But don't lose faith. Okay? That's the one thing I want to say here to Virgos, because you never know. You can wake up tomorrow and everything you worked so hard to change can actually take place in a 24-hour event. It can happen today. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen a week later. But the point is that the only time you're ever going to fail and 100% guaranteed never see that change you're striving for is the moment you decide to quit. Period. Point blank period. The moment where you will note 110%, the moment where it's 110% guaranteed that you will not see the change you want is if you quit. But if you keep going, something's got to give. Something has got to give, Team Virgo. So I hope that that message really resonates with somebody and sits with somebody well. I mean, if you needed to hear it, I hope that it helped because it's incredibly true, you know? I've had a lot of things in my life that really slowly changed, you know? It took a long time for things to pick up. And at the end of the day, you just got to keep on putting faith into the universe, you know? Whether or not you believe in the universe or you call the universe God. I mean, for me, the universe is the universe is God. That's how I look at it. I have my conversations with God on the daily. I find strength in God. That's how I am as a person. Some of you guys watching may not even be religious, and that's totally okay too. Maybe you're more spiritual. You know, I'm more spiritual, right? Or maybe you don't believe in anything at all. That's okay. But what you need to believe in at the end of the day is yourself, right? Because you will always have the ability to change things. So right now, things might be moving very slow. But just always remember, in an instance, all that can change overnight. So don't give up on what you're working for. And always remember, the only way you're never going to see those changes happen is if you give up. If you give up, you're guaranteed to fail. All right, Virgos, I love you. Keep it pushing, keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward, okay? All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Thank you, Team Virgo, for tuning in. Really appreciate you. Do have a great rest of your weekend, okay? Mona Lisa, thank you so much for the $19.99. Really, really appreciate you. You said, hey, Ant, thinking about getting a personal reading soon. Would love to hear a message. Very, very cool. Hell yeah. If you're interested in getting a personal, definitely feel free to. You can hit me up on my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com, and you can book any kind of personal reading you like. So if you want to kind of start with one of my cheaper, personal reads, you can get it 2 for $20. It's just $20 for 2 questions. And if you want to see how you feel about a reading there, you can always get another one afterwards if you want to get a full personal reading or something of that nature. So for me, I always tend to say to people, the 2 for $20s are kind of like a trial run if you want to get more of a deeper reading with me. So yeah, feel free to check it out if you're interested. Definitely feel free. What's going on, Zephyr? I'm not sure if I said hi or not. How you doing, though? Hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys. We did our earth and we did our fire. Let's get on into our water and hopping into the water. Team Scorpio. Let's go ahead and get it popping. What's going to be showing up here for Scorpio, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What's going to be rolling on in here, please, for Scorpios this weekend? In the next 72 hours, hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look. Scorpio, overall energy for you guys is going to be the Death in reverse. You might be connecting here possibly with a fellow Scorpio for some of you. Taking a look here at the current energy, we have here the Page of Pentacles in reverse, what you're dealing with here, Knight of Cups in the upright, and then looking at the outcome for your weekend, the Six of Wands in the upright position too. So Scorpios, for your weekend, guys, Death reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed. I'm kind of already hearing for you, someone is never going to change or something's never going to change, so why bother? I think you're kind of in that vibe this weekend. You know, a night of, a death in reverse, tends to represent something that isn't transforming, something that isn't changing. And of course, Page of Pentacles reverse is I don't want to make an effort. So I think that you're kind of you're at a wall here where it's why would I want to make an effort with somebody if they're not willing to change for the better, or if they're not willing to work on things and work on genuine transformation? So I feel like you're at a point here where you're on 2 different vibrations. You are not in vibrational resonance with somebody. You are striving to be better. If it's a relationship, maybe you're striving to make the relationship as best as you can. You're striving to make this relationship amazing. Maybe your person you feel isn't really on that same wavelength. If you have a business partnership with somebody, maybe you're striving to make the business better, but you don't feel like your partner's pulling their weight. So you're on a different vibe right now. You're on a totally different timeline and what you're looking for and what you want, but it doesn't feel like your person here adds up. Looking at what you're dealing with, Knight of Cups, it's I want to positively move forward. I want to make a positive impact. And I'm looking for success. And looking at the outcome here, Scorpio, Six of Wands, it's I'm going to be successful with or without you. I think a lot of you guys are getting to that point. And, I've been through a lot of this in my life where I knew where I was going. I knew that I was growing as a person, or if it was business, I knew I was growing in business. And it's I have to decide, am I going to stay on the same timeline with certain people due to the nature of me being fearful to let them go, even though knowing that if I let them go, I'd be doing better for myself? So it's do I stay and miss out on my opportunities, or do I evolve and realize that when we're in a period of growth, we can't always take everybody with us? And that was the major thing I needed to learn on my journey. It's your growth is your growth. It's for you. It's not for everybody else. It's cool if people are on the same timeline as you. So if they're in vibrational resonance with you when you're growing, it's fantastic. That's a great bonus. But you can't take everybody with you when you grow and when you level up and when you ascend in life. And that's okay. Your growth is for you. And that was a major thing I needed to learn, Being a Cancer who is always super needy and, super, super attached to everything and super, super attached and sentimental to my environments, I hated change. but I had to break out of that, you know, because if I never did, I would never grow, right? The number one thing that's always going to prevent growth is comfort. And if we stay in those comfortable environments, we're never going to ascend. We're never going to get to that next level. So I had to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So Scorpio, with that all being said for you, I definitely feel like you're at a place where you want to make something better. Could be a relationship, could be business, could be a friendship. I just feel like somebody's not on board here. And it's like, why am I going to keep on putting an investment into somebody who doesn't even want what I want? You know, growth is what I'm looking for, and I can't take everybody with me. I can't take everybody with me to that next level. So I definitely feel like you're at that point with the Six of Wands where it's like, with or without you, I got to do what I got to do for my success, for my happiness, and for my journey. For sure. I agree. 110%. All right, guys? All right, Scorpio, if it resonates, cool. If not, no worries. But let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have touched base here so far, guys, with our fire, our air, and our water. Let's go ahead and get on into, sorry, not our air, our fire, earth, and water. But let's go ahead and get on into our air signs now. And jumping into the air, we're going to take a look here at Team Libra. So let's go ahead here and get it popping. What's going to be showing up here for Libra, baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on here for Libras this weekend? In the next 72, hopefully, Team Libra, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's just get one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, man. Hopefully, we are doing well. Libra, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Swords in reverse. You might be dealing possibly here with an air sign like a Gemini, fellow Libra, or an Aquarius. Coming into the current energy, Six of Swords in the upright. What you're dealing with, Libra, we got here a Knight of Wands in reverse. And then looking at the outcome for your weekend is going to be the Strength in the reverse position as well. So let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Now you got here a King of Swords in reverse, and you're pairing that here to the Six of Swords in the upright position. So kind of feels to me automatically for you. I think that you're kind of having a hard time here batting for somebody or standing up for somebody. I definitely get the feeling here where it's like King of Swords reversed. I don't really know if I could protect someone anymore. That's interesting that it's coming out that way, but that's what I'm feeling. I think that you've protected somebody, or you've more so stood up for somebody, but I think that something's kind of come to light for you where it's like, I can't do that anymore, because you're beginning to see who somebody truly is. Maybe you were always the person to bat for someone, even though other people were seeing things in this person that you possibly didn't see. And that's a reminiscent situation for me with lots of stuff that I went through in my life, because especially the people that would always point it out. Like, I feel like my mom and my sister would always point out, you know, the people who probably weren't the best for me, but it would always take me a while to see what it is they were seeing. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on for you this weekend. It's like, oh shit. Yeah, other people have kind of pointed out to me these certain individuals or these certain situations that are probably not the best for me to be invested in, but now I see it. I see what the other people were seeing in my life, and I ultimately have to make that choice to move forward, because I can't keep standing up or keep batting for someone when I'm seeing who they truly are. You know, looking at what you're dealing with here, Knight of Wands reversed, you know, you're beginning to see something that you don't want to move forward with. If it was in the upright position, you'd want to move forward with this person, situation, etc., but it's in the reverse position. It's like, why would I want to move forward with this energy? This isn't good energy. This isn't something that's positive for me. And looking at the outcome here, Strength in reversed, Libras, it looks like you're definitely taking a step back here from someone or something coming into your weekend. So I think it took a bit of a while here to kind of realize who someone or what something truly is, but things are coming to light for you. And it seems like it's a little unexpected. You're a little taken back by it, but it's for the best. You know, I can't keep making, how do I say this? It's not even making excuses. It's like, I can't keep standing up for somebody, you know, when time and time again, they're kind of proving that they're not what I thought they were. This is who they are. You know, that's the vibe that I'm feeling here for you. So of course, Libra, take that if it resonates, right? Leave it if it doesn't. If it's not your story, no worries. But thanks for tuning in nonetheless. Really, really appreciate you. We're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have touched base here, everybody, with our first batch of Zodiacs for the weekend read. We're going to get into our next batch here shortly. I'm just going to take a bit of a short break, okay? But either way, though, Aisha, what's up? Hey, Aunt and Mods. I can't believe I caught you live on a Saturday. Hope you're doing well and having a good day and weekend. Well, thank you. Appreciate you, Aisha, for tuning in. I'm doing relatively better. I, for the past 3 days, was just not feeling the best. So I know I probably should have kept you guys updated. I didn't mean to worry anybody. It's just genuinely I was just fucking drained, under the weather, not feeling great. So I took a huge hiatus from everything and gave myself a bit of rest and rejuvenation. But with that being said, though, happy to be back here. And I'm never going to, skip a weekend read, right? Weekend reads are super important. So at the end of the day, I want to be here for you guys, cover that energy, chit chat with y'all. So happy to do it, even if it's on a Saturday where it's supposed to be my day off. I already had 3 days off, so we're here, baby, okay? It is what it is. But either way, though, hopefully everybody's doing great. Thank you. Appreciate that, Anne. Thank you so much. Real quick, guys, actually, I'm going to put on the BRB screen, so we'll be right back. This is going to sound funny, but I really have to itch my back. For some reason, it is fucking itchy as shit, and I'm not going to do that on camera because that's weird. So I will be right back. I'm probably going to go ask my girlfriend to scratch my back, and then we'll go ahead and continue, okay? So give me a moment or so, and then we'll jump right back on into the Zodiacs, all right? All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll be right back. Enjoy the dance.
I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun. I don't wanna fall in love, 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 fall in love. I don't wanna 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 fall in love. Just wanna have some fun.
All right, guys, we're back. Zephyr said, where's Sebastian? Let him do it. Yeah, if he did that, it probably wouldn't be that great. It would feel good for a second, but then I would have literal scratch marks down my back. Jocelyn said, yeah, you should have videos where your kitty's helping you out. You know what? I've seen this cat on TikTok who like picks out Cards Against Humanity cards, I think, and it's usually like super funny responses, but I'm genuinely curious one day. I kind of want to bring my tarot cards to my cat and see if he picks out cards and wonder if he could do a reading for you guys. That would be cool, but I feel like I have to train him to like put his paw on what card or just on any card in general. So I would love to see if he'd be interested in doing that or if he would actually do it, but we'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens for sure. Thank you, Aquarius. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, that's what's up, Juanita. That's awesome to have that nearby. You're funny, Carol. Oh, man. Aisha said, I'm sorry to hear that, Aunt, but I'm glad to know that you're getting better. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you, guys. Cody said, I was worried about you. Nice to see you back. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for all the love. I appreciate your concerns. I promise I am alive and well. I know I should have updated you guys more, so I really do apologize on that. But yeah, everything's good, man. Dawson said, yeah, cat reading. Hopefully you don't use an expensive deck when you try it. Yeah, I'll probably use one of my older decks that I don't really touch anymore, just in case, because it's a struggle to trim his nails in general. But he always has, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, his nails are always incredibly sharp. Like, he has a bunch of scratch toys that don't matter. It only files them more, you know? So, yeah, I gotta be mindful of what deck he may use in the future. But, yeah, I'm curious. I might do that after the weekend read, low-key. See if he ends up picking out some tarot cards and does a reading. That'd be really cool. Hey, what's going on, Kiana? You said, I've been subscribed to you since filming your videos in your parents' basement on your phone. Look how far you've come. Congrats on your success, and your setup looks sick as fuck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I put a lot of time into the setup over the years. Probably put too much money into my setup, to be fair, but at the end of the day, it is very unnecessary, but it works for me, you know? In terms of like tech and things of that nature, I've always been obsessed with tech. So like for me, I go really all out on that kind of stuff. But yeah, I put a lot of work into the setup. So thank you. I really appreciate that. The Rebel deck. Oh God, Sebastian will roast me with the Rebel deck. He'll be picking out cards, just chewing my ass apart. Let me tell you. Anyhow though, guys, let's keep it popping. We're going to jump back into the rest of what we got going on. So we're in the second batch. We started out with fire today. So we did Sag. Let's do the Ram Fam. What do we got popping on in here for Aries, baby? Messages coming in here for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. Hey, Mojo. How's it going? I hope you're well. What messages are tuning in here for Team Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 72 hours. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Actually, Aries, let's get one more shuffle and then we'll take a look. Hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's take a look. Aries, overall energy for you is the 10 of Pentacles. You could be dealing possibly here with a fire sign, like a fellow, or sorry, not a fire sign, an earth sign, like potentially a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Coming into the current energy, death reversed for you. What it is you're dealing with, 2 of Pentacles in reversed, and then taking a look here at the outcome, you got here a 6 of Cups in the reverse position. So let's see what's in store here for you. 10 of Pents here showing up, paired to a death in reversed. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, by the way. I think right now you have been in a pretty damn good place, Aries. And I don't see that changing, honestly, which is great. I think you're going to be in a very good place for a while. Like, I feel like you've reached stability in a certain area of life. Could be financial stability. If so, congratulations. It could be like a romantic stability. It could be stability within, like, you know, how you feel within yourself. Like maybe some of you have got like your confidence back. You feel stable within who you are. But there's some sense of stability, I think, that's showing up here where it's like, this is good. And I feel like it's for the long term, okay? Looking at what you're dealing with right now, 2 of Pentacles reversed, you have battled, you have gone back and forth, you have gone through so much. But I think this weekend is about you realizing, I have finally put the past behind me. What I've dealt with in the past in terms of instability is not the case for me anymore going forward. I feel like for those of you that were dealing with any sort of depression, anxiety, any sort of mental health struggles, maybe this weekend you're finally realizing that you've overcome those struggles and you are proactively working for the long term to be in a great place mentally, because you're already in a great place mentally now, but you are making sure that you preserve that energy and you carry it with you going forward by implementing good practices. And that doesn't just have to be for mental health. I mean, for people who want to prolong positive and good mental health, it's good to have good practices. It's the same thing with money though, right? In terms of money, you want to make sure you're having good practices so that you're containing and keeping a good financial flow. Same things with the people you associate with, relationships, etc. If you want to have a healthy relationship, you want to show up, you want to be around your person, you want to talk to them, you want to engage in whatever way that you are engaging, whether it is something that is romantic or platonic. So I feel for you right now this weekend, it's like I'm in a really good space. And I'm proud enough to say, like, I'm putting behind the struggles I've dealt with previously. I can leave that shit in the past, you know? So, Aries, I love that for you. I feel like you've accomplished something here, you know? You've really accomplished overcoming some sort of struggle that could have been a pretty big, prominent struggle for you for quite some time. But this weekend, I think you're realizing I've officially put it behind me and I'm doing everything I can to implement really good practices to preserve this long-term stability coming into your weekend, guys. Fan-fucking-tastic. I love that. Of course, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But for those of you that this message is for, pat yourselves on the back. Overcoming some sort of struggle isn't easy. It's not easy at all. And maintaining the good stuff you have isn't inherently easy either. But you're putting in the work. You know, your hard work here has paid off. And I always tell people, you guys can overcome anything. Any level of instability can be overcome. So congrats for putting in the good work here. Congrats for being in a good space. And, you know, it definitely looks bright here for the future. So hats off to you, Aries. Absolutely love it. All right, guys. Cool. Let's keep it popping, pushing and moving forward. Have a great and amazing rest of your weekend. So we have touched base here, guys, so far with our fire. Let's get back on into our earth signs. And jumping into the earth, let's have a look here at Team Capricorn and see what we got going on. Message is showing up here for Cappy, baby. In the next 72 hours, what do we got showing up here for Capricorns this weekend? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 72 hours, hopefully, we're looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's see what we got going on. Cappy, overall energy for your weekend is going to be the Devil in the upright position. That is Capricorn energy, by the way, so you're showing up here in the reading. Looking at the current energy, King of Pentacles in reverse popping out. What it is you're dealing with, Capricorn, we got here the Emperor. And then looking at the outcome for your weekend is going to be the Fool in the upright position. So as far as what I feel here for Team Capricorn, you start out here first and foremost with the Devil, and then you're pairing that Devil here to the King of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you are getting a little bit comfortable in a situation that is, at first, it was incredibly uncomfortable, but you're finding yourself getting slowly comfortable with something that might not be that positive for you guys, okay? You know, we have here the Devil. The Devil can signify bad habits. It could signify toxic people or a toxic situation. And I think this weekend, it's like, wait a minute, I need to snap out of it, you know? I need to snap out of it here with this Emperor. Maybe you guys have started to become too comfortable with like a rough financial situation, and you're saying to yourself this weekend, I need to snap the fuck out of this because this isn't good. And the moment I find myself getting comfortable in this mess, then I'm going to, you know, only get in a little bit of a harder mess, right? For those of you that are dealing with like romantic stress or relationship stress, or maybe your relationship's been rocky, it's like if you're finding yourself getting comfortable with poor treatment, it's like, whoa, then I'm only going to keep on allowing poor treatment to come in. So this is about your tolerance, and it's about recognizing it's not about, how do I say this? It's not about having tolerance in terms of being able to deal with hard situations, but proactively working to get yourself out of it. It's about, why am I tolerating crappy situations, accepting those situations, and settling for them when I should be striving for more, is almost where I feel like you're at this weekend. So Emperor says, I need to snap the fuck out of this. And looking at the outcome, the Fool card says, it's time to get moving. It's time to create some change. I need to let go right now of this Devil energy. I can't allow myself to get stuck inside this trap and think that everything's fine and dandy when I really need to be striving to put myself in a better position or to put myself into better circumstances. So this can resonate across the board of anything. Like I said, it could be financial, it could be romantic relationships, it could be relationships to yourself, maybe how you speak to yourself, what you're doing with yourself right now at this time. It could be friendships, family, etc. But you're realizing, if I fall into the trap of the Devil, and if I fall into a comfortable place with something that's inherently unhealthy or not good for me, then I'm going to keep on allowing and tolerating really crappy situations, and that's only going to hurt me, not help me and aid me. So this weekend, you're snapping out of that, and you're focusing on striving for more for yourself. So this weekend could be about breaking bad habits. It could be about walking away from toxic people. It could be about moving away from some bad, or how do I say this, like negative investments you've made, if you will. And I feel like ultimately with that Fool card, it's like it's time to let that stuff go, and it's time to focus back up on striving for more. All right, guys? And I definitely agree, you know? I think it could be very easy to actually become incredibly comfortable in situations that aren't the best. I've been there in my life, you know, in terms of my depression, gone through a lot of shit growing up. And I found myself very comfortable for many years just being in a very depressive state of life. And I didn't want to change anything. I didn't want to strive for more. I settled for it and said, hey, this is what it's going to be. And it caused a lot of harm in my life and to my relationships and to everybody and everything. And I had to wake up one day, which I did, and I told myself, it's time to snap out of this. I should be helping myself, not hurting myself, right? And what, like I mentioned, whether it's a bad habit or anything else of that nature, you're starting to realize that you are a person of value. You've always known this, but I think you're starting to recognize by getting comfortable with something that's unhealthy, it's not allowing you to really show your value. It's going against your values too, and it's going against the self-love and the self-respect you have for yourself. So you're saying here, it is time for change. Now, I know wholeheartedly this will not resonate to every Capricorn. There might be some Capricorns watching right now that are like, Ant, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm good, man. You know, I'm good right now in my life. And if that's the case, I'm happy for you, man. Seriously. But if you're a Capricorn right now who's struggling a little bit, you deserve the world, dude. So give yourself the world. You deserve the best, so give yourself the best. Don't settle for less, okay? Look, listen to me rhyme over here. I'm like a rapper, you know? I should be a rapper anyhow. So I love you, Cappies. For those of you that resonate with this, snap out of it. You got this. Do better for yourself. Strive for better, because you deserve the best. period. All right, Cappies, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Shout out to my cappuccinos. Thank you guys for watching. So we have touched base here with our earth. We've also touched base here with our fire. Water signs, you're up next. By the way, Cody, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome in. I really appreciate you, and thank you so much. Also, Rastafarian, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by today. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. All right, guys, coming up next is going to be the Pisces. So Team Fish, give me a moment or so, and we'll get into it, okay? Hope my Pisces are doing well. Let's see what's up, though, man. What do we got coming in here for the Fish? Moving on in to the next 72. Message is coming in here for Pisces this weekend. Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What do we got showing up here for Team Pisces, please? Moving on into the weekend. What is going on here, baby? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Team Pisces, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Cups in reverse. Coming into the current energy for the Fish, we got here the Hangman, what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Chariot. And then looking at the outcome for you is going to be the Page of Cups in the upright position. So, Team Pisces, let's see what we got going on here for you. Now, you got here a King of Cups reversed. You also have here a Hangman. So I feel like you're at a little bit of a standstill. You're kind of stuck right now in how you're feeling about a situation emotionally. It almost kind of feels like you're a little bit numb to something or numb to someone. Like, I feel like it's hard for you to find compassion right now, because looking at what you're dealing with here being the Chariot, somebody here I feel just keeps moving forward, and they're moving forward, and they're moving forward, and they're never kind of looking back. And they're not really taking the time to kind of notice their behavior or their actions. It feels like somebody's very dismissive. It's like, okay, this happened, just move on. And like from your perspective, Pisces, is like, no, I'm not going to just move on. We should address things that have happened, and then we can move forward. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody here who kind of is almost unapologetic in the things that they do. And they're just, let's move on, let's move forward, let's move forward. And from your perspective, it's like, it's not that simple for me to just move forward and let go. Like, there are things that have happened. There are things I'd like to address. There are things I'd like to talk about. And ultimately here, it's hard for me to find compassion and instantaneous forgiveness if we're not going to talk about things that have happened. So it almost feels in a way like you're dealing with a very dismissive energy. It's like, oh, okay, like I made a rude remark to you, whatever, get over it. It's like that kind of vibe. And it's like, I'm not going to get over that until you actually understand the impact you made, until you actually understand how you affected me, right? So I almost feel like you're dealing with somebody here who just doesn't really care about the consequences of their actions, because they don't allow themselves to have consequences. In a way, not for every Pisces, but for some of you to a degree, there feels like there's a little bit of narcissistic tendencies with this person. It's not going to be for all of you, but you're connecting with somebody here who I feel is never going to feel like they're at fault. And that creates a lot of resentment with you to a degree, because this is somebody you obviously care about, but you also care about how you're being treated. And if somebody here doesn't take accountability for their actions or is always in a very dismissive state, it becomes very uncomfortable for you to resonate with them. It also becomes very uncomfortable for you to feel for them, you know, because if they're not going to feel for you, why should you feel for them? Right? You're starting to come into that retrospect. You know, looking at the outcome here for you too, we have here the Page of Cups, and Page of Cups here is representative of like, I'm trying to be positive here. I'm trying to find a way and a solution to where me and this person can resonate with each other, and to where we can talk and have conversations and understand each other. But it's incredibly hard when person I'm dealing with is always in this Chariot energy where it's go, go, go. Like, let's just move on, or let's move forward. Or forget about that one time that I said something mean to you. Like, get over yourself. Like, that's not how a Pisces is going to operate. That's not how any water sign is going to operate. If you fucking hurt a water sign, we want to talk about it. We want you to understand how we feel, because our feelings are important and valid. And if you're not going to give a shit about them, then it's going to be hard for us to give a shit about you too. Right? So I understand where you're coming from wholeheartedly, right? I definitely think it's rough to kind of deal with the situation, because I've been there in my life with people who were always very dismissive, and they were never apologetic, and they never took accountability. And what I learned on my path, at least, and I'm not telling you to do this, Pisces, but from my experience, what I learned is that if they're not going to take accountability, they're not seeing that they're doing anything wrong. And for a person who doesn't believe or see that they're doing anything wrong, they're going to keep on doing what they're doing. They're not going to switch up. They're not going to change. They're going to do the same shit different day. And if it bothers you as much as it seems as it is in the reading, you have to ask yourself, is this a kind of connection, friendship, relationship I want to continue to participate in if somebody here is not going to care about how I feel? And not more often than not, it's not really worth it, right? It's not really worth staying with somebody who isn't showing that they care. So it's entirely up to you. I'm not trying to tell you to do this or do that, right? Tarot's about, I'm giving you the information, you make the decision, right? I'm not here to make decisions for anybody. But whatever you feel is best, listen to your heart. I think that's the best advice I can give you. It's tough, right? But I think that at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do I want to be with somebody who respects me and understands and cares about how I feel? Or do I want to be with somebody who feels like they could always do no wrong and just could care less about how I feel? You know, that's a really important thing. So Pisces, you know, take it if it resonates, right? Leave it if it doesn't. But I hope your situation here definitely improves going forward, okay? I love you. We're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Shout out here to Team Pisces. So we have touched base here, everybody, with our water. We've done the fire. We've done the earth. Air signs, you guys are coming in next, okay? Hey, what's going on, Brittany? Happy Saturday, everybody. Sending you all positive energy, prayers, love, and light. Well, thank you, Brittany. Really, really appreciate that. Brittany also said, I hope you feel better soon. We're just getting over the flu type B and strep throat, all three of my kids. Oh boy. Hope you guys are starting to feel a lot better. Well, as you mentioned, you are, but you know, wishing you guys a lot more better health in the next coming of days. Definitely not a fun thing to deal with for sure. Kayla said resentful is an understatement. Oh boy. Sorry to hear about that situation. Preserving Pisces says, yeah, the one peeve I have is people who don't take accountability and are dismissive. I have some narcissistic people in my life. It drives me crazy, and I try to keep my distance from the toxicity. Yeah, I understand that wholeheartedly, you know? I've come across a lot of people in life who just don't care. And I think that the people, it's not always that they're narcissistic. Sometimes people have just gone through so much pain to the point where they don't care about putting other people in pain, because at the end of the day, hurt people, and it's not an excuse. But sometimes people who are going through so much pain can give a shit less because of what they've went through. So I understand it from both perspectives. But I know for me personally, if I'm connecting with people who can't see where they're wrong, if I'm always made out to be the bad guy, or if I'm always made out to be somebody who's too emotional, XYZ, when that's not even the case. Because I can be an emotionless prick if I wanted to, you know? But the point is like, you have to treat people with respect. And if you affect somebody emotionally, at the end of the day, if you were in the wrong there, you should take the accountability for that, and you should apologize to that person, right? You know, we want to treat people with love and respect always, but we also want to learn to understand people. When we're coming from a standpoint where we're not understanding people and we're only looking at our point of view all the time, it's not going to get you very far in life. And there is a lot of people that are like that, where it's their world and it's their word and it's, you know, their way or the highway. You know, they can give a shit less about other individuals. And the issue is when you're not coming from a place of compassion and love, where you can not only understand your point of view, but the point of view of others, you're not going to have those, you know, really great and deep connections with people. Inevitably, you'll be at that point where you're going to push other people away to the point where it's just you, you know? So that's unfortunate for people that are on that path, because inevitably, if you're at that point where you can care about, you know, no one else but yourself, all you're going to have is yourself. That's the truth, man. For sure, for sure. Right? Anyhow, guys, keeping it moving forward. We're jumping back into air. We did Libra already, so let's touch base with the birthday peeps. Aquarius. Let's have a look and see what we got going on. What's showing up here for Aqua, baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here for Team Aquarius in the next 72 hours? What do we got going on for your weekend, baby? Aquarius, your cards are already ready. Goddamn. Let's see what we got going on. Overall energy for Aqua, Chariot in reverse. Looking at the current energy, the 8 of Cups in the upright. What you're dealing with, guys, Ace of Swords in the upright. Looking at the outcome this weekend, the Star, which is Aquarius energy coming into play. All right, Aquarius, what do we got going on here for you? Let's take a look. First things first, we got a Chariot in reverse, and then we're pairing that Chariot reversed here to the 8 of Cups in the upright position. I feel for you guys, it's definitely about walking away from something, because I'm hearing already for you, like, I don't want to do this anymore. There's something you don't want to do anymore, so I don't think that you're seeing something being available for you for the foreseeable future. Maybe some of you don't feel like a relationship is suitable for you for the foreseeable future, or maybe a job doesn't seem suitable for the future, a friendship, etc. It could be literally anything. However, though, a lot of that has to do with the realization you're having this weekend. So I think that a lot of you are going to start to come to terms with whether or not something has longevity and promise, or whether or not you should probably walk away from something because maybe there isn't much here. So you could be assessing a relationship this weekend, assessing a job situation, assessing some sort of, investment you've been making. And I think a lot of you this weekend are coming to terms where it's like, I don't know if this has promise and longevity. I don't know if this is what is for my foreseeable future. Let's say, for example, maybe you're dealing with somebody romantically, and maybe you're on an entirely different timeline of what you're looking for out of a relationship versus what this person's providing. And maybe you're starting to come to terms where it's like, we're in two different worlds, and this might not be something that's going to be stable and beneficial for the future. And maybe I should focus on finding somebody who's on the same timeline as me right now, if this person isn't resonating with what I'm looking for out of my romantic experience. Same thing with work. It's like, maybe you're not getting the pay you want. Maybe you're not doing the kind of work you desire to be doing for the foreseeable future. So if something here isn't showing sustainability for you, I think you're starting to realize, I need to find sustainability, because that's what you're looking for here, Team Aquarius. Looking at the outcome, the star, I want to make sure I'm on the right path. I want to make sure I'm on a path where I'm thriving, where there's sustainability, and where there's growth. And if I feel that by checking in my awareness this weekend, if I feel like my current circumstances aren't particularly lining up with that, it might be time for change. It might be time for me to walk away from this to find that stability, right? I'm almost kind of imagining like a cornucopia, You're looking for abundance, right? You're looking for the sustainability, having everything you need in order to be successful and happy. And if something or someone right now isn't lining up with that, and if it doesn't seem like it's going to be a plentiful future, maybe it's time to shift gears and find somebody or find something that's on that same vibrational resonance with you, And I get that for sure. You just might be in separate places in comparison to somebody else. Or you might be in separate places in comparison to somebody or something else you're connecting with. So Aquarius, the point is you know what you want. And if you're not getting what you're looking for, if you're not getting what you are really wishing to be connected with, it might be time to do some soul searching and find what or whom truly connects with you. Okay? I love you, Team Aquarius. Enjoy your weekend, of course. And of course, happy birthday. Shout out to my Aquarians. Happy Aquarius season. And thank you for watching, okay? All right, Aqua, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have touched base here, guys, with our second batch of Zodiacs. We're going to be getting into our last and our final batch here shortly, okay? All right. Real quick before we continue, Marissa, what's poppin', baby? Hey, I missed everybody. I'm just getting over the suds, cleaning everything. Feel you. That's how I felt for the past couple days. So that's why I've been out and about. Kind of just like taking some time to recover. Maybe it's a cancer thing. Maybe we were all getting the suds. I laugh when you said that though, because I fucking love SpongeBob. But anyhow, I gotcha. And yeah, today was a bit of a cleaning day for me too. So hell yeah, whenever I have time, I'm always going to clean. But I hope you're doing well though, Marissa. Thank you though for tuning in. Really appreciate you nonetheless. You're welcome, Aquarius. Bless you too. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate you. How's everybody doing today, man? Happy Saturday. What are you guys up to? What's your Saturday plans? You guys have any sort of errands you're running today? Or are you going out to dinners tonight? What you guys doing, man? For me, after I finish up work, I have not touched my computer in forever. So I'm going to knock out some videos to edit, and then I'm probably going to play some video games tonight because I haven't touched video games in like a week and a half. So I've just been locked in doing shit that I got to do and then taking time to rejuvenate. So it's been a rough week, but I'm looking to get reset for next week for sure. For sure. Watching from Cape Verde at a restaurant. Oh, that's cool. That's what's up, Carly. I have no idea what you are talking about. What's going on, Boss Lady Thomas? Exactly what I needed to hear. Thanks, Aunt. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Oh. All right, give me a sec, guys. I got to ban somebody from the chat. Give me 1 second, guys. Holy crap. Anyhow, moving forward. You've been relaxing today? That's what's up. Enjoying the weather. Glad the weather over there is nice. It snowed today. We had like a really bad snowstorm on Wednesday. So Wednesday was kind of like a snow day, which was Valentine's Day. And then today we had like a light snow. I think the snow stopped at around like 10, possibly 11 in the morning. And then it all melted, so it wasn't too bad. But it's been fucking cold in New York, let me tell you. I usually don't get cold like that. I'm a relatively very, very warm-blooded person. I will be in my boxers and nothing else in the wintertime and love it, okay? That's the kind of guy I am. But at the end of the day, like, I've been very, very cold with this weather lately, so it's intense. What's up, Juanita? You said you're just hanging out. Love that for you. You're going to catnip after the reading, just hoping to get out. Or just hoping to get out earlier. Gotcha. Oh, I meant not to tap out. Gotcha, for sure. Dragon Girl said, resting after escaping nearly 21 years of a toxic household a week before my birthday. Oh, God. Well, glad that you're escaping that for sure. Really good that you're getting out of that kind of situation. No, you're good, Jocelyn. No worries. You got a little chihuahua who wants to play. Interesting. That's what's up. Damn. 52 is good, though. 52 is good. You have a way too long layover in New York City next weekend. What should I do? If you're in New York City and you're just hanging out, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to the city before. I'm going to be truthful with you guys. Even though I live incredibly close to New York City, I rarely ever go. I'm not the biggest fan of the city and the energy that it has. But there's a lot of stuff, man. I mean, if you want to be entertained, you can be entertained from almost anything the city has to provide. You know, there is tons of bars. There is tons of places to go get breakfast or to go get lunch. There's tons of cool bodegas to go to that have great food. By the way, bodega is a New York term. That just means a corner store or a deli. That's just a New York thing. But yeah, there's tons of stuff to do, man, for sure. Tons of crazy cool restaurants. There's tons of cool places to walk. You got a lot of interesting stuff you can do, a lot of options you can do. For me personally, I can't name any off the top of my head because, once again, I rarely ever go to the city. But there's a lot of cool experiences there, though, for sure. It's just a lot of people. You know, it's been really cold in Northern Cali. That's what's up, though. I mean, it's different, though. I mean, I feel like for Californians, like the 70s to 60s could be cold, but that's like the perfect weather in New York, you know? But I would love California weather just for a day. Like if we could have like 80s or not even 80s. My favorite kind of weather is like 70s, like 65 degrees to 70 degrees with a little bit like, and it's sunny out. It's the fucking bomb.com. It is the best. That would be amazing. You know, doesn't matter how small your chihuahua is. It's about if you put a shirt on when you take it out for a walk. Oh boy, man. Stay in the airport. New York needs love. I mean, it's cool. It depends on what airport you're flying into too, right? Because there are some airports that have some pretty dope shit as well. You love good food? I love good food too. Oh my god, the Korean mozzarella corn dogs are insane, but they're so fucking good, man. They're insane. They're big, but they're delicious as shit. I can body those down, man, for sure. You're from Cali? That's what's up. I want to visit Cali. I still never been to the West Coast. I've only been all the way through the East Coast. So I've hit everywhere on the East Coast. I've never been Midwest. I've never been to the West in general. So I would love to go to California at some point. I want to go to Nevada, especially to go to Vegas. But yeah, I'm very interested in going to California at one point or another. I don't believe I will ever live there because they are just as expensive, if not maybe more expensive than New York. And the taxes are killer and the fucking laws are a whole nother story. So, intense, but I definitely would love to visit. But yeah, I don't think I could ever live in California just because it's like New York. Like New York has a lot of really stupid rules and laws and regulations, and the taxes are nuts in New York too. The cost of living is nuts. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if New York will be my place to live forever. It's always been my home. It'll always be my home, but I don't know, man. There's something about like Colorado or like Midwest that I feel is like a super awesome vibe. I would love to go to Colorado though at some point or another. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, so you're going to JFK, then transferring to Newark. Yep, that's awesome. Very, very good. JFK is a good airport. It's not bad. It's gotten better over the years. They have a lot more shit now out there too. It's a relatively big airport as well. So JFK is not bad. I'll usually fly. I don't think I go to Newark a lot, but I go to whenever I'm taking a flight, it's usually JFK. Dead Newark Airport. You're from Cali. It's mad expensive. Yeah, California's expensive. So is New York. The city's nuts. I mean, if you ever want to live in New York City, you got to make like 10 grand a month, maybe more than that, to feel comfortable in New York City, because your rent's going to be like 3,000 to 5,000, depending on what you get. Even like a studio is like 2 grand, which is nuts. A fucking studio. I like Colorado. My cousins and their elders moved there. Yeah, I think it's an awesome place, man. I really do. It's cool as fuck in terms of also they have great mountains for snowboarding. So snowboarding's fucking dope out there. You know, everything's legal. Or not everything, but a lot's legal. I mean, like weed's legal in New York too, which is like, it's like whatever. But like they have like, I'm pretty sure mushrooms are legal there as well. And it just feels like a vibe, man. Colorado feels like a vibe. But I got to go there to actually see if I'd want to live there. Texas is very affordable, but it depends. Like with my kind of job in business where I can make more money essentially than what minimum wage would be in Texas, it would be valuable for me to move there. But at the end of the day, in terms of just living off minimum wage, or for people that do have minimum wage jobs, it could be a little bit tougher since the minimum wage is a lot lower than what you'd get paid in like New York or California. So like the cost of living adjusts from place to place, you know? You live in the area, or the area you live in is 4 to 5K a month easy. I get sad every time I pay that. Dude, I couldn't even imagine paying that. I couldn't afford to pay that. I couldn't. 4 to 5 grand a month on rent, I could not do. That I'd be on the street. No fucking way. No fucking way. And that's nuts, man. That's absolutely nuts. I really do hope the cost of living comes down for a lot of people, because everybody in America is hurting right now. So I hope that you know, our financial situation gets a lot better. Seriously. Anyhow, though, guys, I'm going to get on to our last batch. I know I'm being a chatty Cathy, but I do love talking to you guys, you know. So give me a moment and we're hopping back into it. What? Carly, 820? Where that at? Where is Cape Verde at? I'm going to move there for 820 a month. That's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, having rent less than $1,000 a month. Yeah, dude, you can put away some money, man. That's fucking awesome. Congratulations for finding that. Seriously. That's fucking awesome. Anyhow, let's keep it popping. We're going to hop on back into our fire. Coming on into fire, we're hopping on into Leo. So let's see what we got going on. What do we got showing up here for our zodiac signs of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, gotcha, Carly. In the next 72 hours, what's going to be showing up here for our zodiac signs of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 72 hours, hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. What do we got going on here for our Lion Gang? Leo, overall energy for you is going to be an Ace of Wands in reverse. Current energy coming in, we got here a 6 of Swords. What you're dealing with here, guys, we have here the 7 of Wands, and then looking at the outcome for you is going to be the 2 of Cups in the reverse position. So let's see what's in store for you guys coming on into your weekend. Now, Leos, we do start out here with an Ace of Wands reversed, and then you're pairing that here to a 6 of Swords in the upright. So I think right now, you're kind of losing passion in a vision you had. And when I say vision, not like a psychic spiritual vision, more of like a vision for the future. So I think you're starting to lose passion in that. I think you're starting to notice you're changing gears, you're shifting what your ideal future is going to look like. And that's okay, by the way. Like, I think a lot of people sometimes freak out when their future tends to change of what they plan to do. A lot of people, like, for example, college students, right? How many times do you see a college student who picks a major and then they change that major again, and then they change it again, and then they get a, you know, degree in a certain kind of major, and then they don't even get the job that they got the degree that they paid for? Because in terms of like when we're looking at a future for the career, that can fucking change times a million, you know? A lot of people might have a plan when they're, you know, a kid to be something, and then they become a teenager, they want to be something else, and then they're an adult, then they want to be something else. It's like, especially for career, right? It takes a little bit of mixing and matching until you find what really works for you. So futures of what we plan to do are always going to change, and that's okay, right? You know, I remember being a kid And I was like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. Definitely don't anymore. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'll be a garbage man, or like the fire, or, be like a fire truck guy or whatever, a firefighter, right? I always wanted to drive the trucks though, because I always think that's cool. I like driving. I like all that cool stuff, like CDL driving, stuff like that. It's always been something that's cool to me. But either way though, like everything's changed, right? So at the end of the day, even though you had certain kinds of plans, it's okay if it changes. It's okay if it shifts, right? Looking at what you're dealing with right now, Seven of Wands, I feel like you're being resistant to the shift though. Because for you, it's like, I put so much effort and I put so much time into planning for my future, and it's weird now having to change it. It's weird now having to start from scratch, So I feel like you're resisting the change, but the truth is whatever your future was, it's like, you're not feeling it anymore. You're not invested in it. It's not what you want, And looking at the outcome, Two of Cups reverse, it's like, this is the weirdest breakup ever. Right, Leo? It's like, this is such a weird breakup, I had everything in plan, everything in store for me for my future. But now I gotta put that future away, and I gotta start from scratch. Start from scratch anyways. I know it's weird, I know it's odd, I know it's uncomfortable, but I promise you, it pays off. Because you want to live your life doing something you're happy. You want to have plans for the future and work towards a future where you're happy with what you're doing. Whether it's career, whether it's who you're with romantically, whether it's how you show up in the world. Maybe you don't want to be the person you are today. You want to show up and be somebody brand new. You always have the opportunity to change and shift who you are. So even though starting from square one or starting from scratch can be scary, it's fucking freeing and liberating. Just because you planned out a future so detailed and it turns out it's not what you want anymore, doesn't mean that you have to stick to it or abide by it, because you're not obligated to live out that future if that's not what you desire. So Leo's, as awkward and weird as it is to transition into something new, get started, man. Have that new beginning. Tap into that new energy. Move in the new direction you want to get into. It might be the best choice you've ever fucking made. If you're starting fresh and starting from scratch in a career, sure, you might have had something that was awesome and stable, but if it's not what you love anymore, give something new a try. That might be the best thing you've ever done. It might be even better than the previous career you had, Like Zephyr said, God has other plans for you, for sure. So do your best here, guys. Even if starting from scratch can be incredibly scary, it can be incredibly liberating and freeing. So don't be afraid to do so. All right, guys. Hopefully that inspired some Leo out there. All right, guys. Don't be scared, man. Go for it. All right. All right, Leo, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we've done all of our fire signs for the for the weekend read. Let's get back on into our Earth, jumping into Earth. Team Taurus, what is popping in here for the Bull Gang? Message is showing up here for Taurus, baby. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 72 hours, what's going to be rolling on in here for our zodiac signs of Taurus? In the next 72 hours, hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's see what we got going on here for you. Team Taurus, what do we got? Overall energy for our Bull Gang is going to be the King of Wands in the upright position. Having a look here at the current energy, the Devil in reverse, what you're dealing with, Taurus. We got here the Seven of Wands. And then looking at the outcome for your weekend is going to be the Hierophant in the upright position. So what's going on here, Team Taurus? You could be dealing first and foremost with a Capricorn, or potentially even another Taurus too, because we have here the Hierophant card showing on out here. Now, you got here a King of Wands in the upright paired to a Devil reverse. So I think a lot of you are definitely in a position where you feel a lot more powerful and comfortable in turning down the Devil more often than not, right? And let's think about this from like a religious standpoint, or kind of just like, let's bring the actual Devil into play, right? When people turn to the Devil, it's usually out of a place of desperation. It's out of a place where they feel like they have nowhere left to go. So the times that we get subjected to devil-like energy is when we're not feeling like we're within our most power. So whenever, that's what they always say, right? Like when the devil comes and preys upon the people who are at a point where that's their only option, right? The devil will promise to give you everything, but at the end of the day, it'll all get taken away from you anyhow. So that's kind of the story of the devil when you think about it, because even though the devil can promise you life within itself, when it's time to collect, you lose everything you had, right? Now, with the King of Wands showing up here, you're feeling more within your power this weekend, Taurus. You're saying to yourself, I don't need to subject myself to situations of negativity and situations that aren't helpful, even if at first they seem inherently promising and good. If it's not going to have a great effect on me for the long term, I'm not making the investment. I feel powerful now. I am in my power, and I'm not going to subject myself to being in certain situations that are not going to be the best situations for me. Right? Looking at what you're dealing with, Seven of Wands, opposing the devil. At the end of the day, I may not have everything that I want, but I'm going to make sure that I do it the right way to get what I want at the end of the day. Looking at the outcome here being the Hierophant here is about commitments, obligations, and the commitments and obligations you're making right now is to continue to make sure you're doing right by yourself, Taurus. Okay? So you want to continue to do right by you. And I love that for you because I think that's a good way to live life. There's a lot of things we can do sometimes, guys, that may not have the best result, but maybe in the beginning, it could be like, let's say, for example, money, right? There's a lot of people out there that are like, let me do something for a quick couple bucks, you know? Sure, it's cool to get that quick money. It feels awesome. It feels amazing. But maybe you're not doing something that's you, you know? Maybe you're doing something that you feel has a negative effect on you. Maybe it's not good for you in the long term. And that's tough because you have that instant gratification when you see that money hit your bank account, but then you also have that deep sense of regret for what you were doing to maybe get that kind of money, right? For other people, maybe it's about, you know, involving yourself in relationships with people that are toxic. Maybe the trade-off is that it's great I get to be in a relationship, but on the other hand, I'm dealing with a toxic person or somebody who's inherently unhealthy for me. So I feel overall with you, you're at that point, Team Taurus, where you're focusing on being within your power. And as you're in your power, nothing can hold you back. You're going to make sure you're always doing right by yourself. And even if it's not the quickest route to success, I'd rather be doing all the right things so that when success comes, I'm proud of myself. I'd rather do all the right things so that when that payoff comes, I can genuinely say I worked honestly, I worked hard for the things that I have in my life, and I'm glad that it paid off, you know? So I feel like that's where you're at here at this time. Okay, Taurus? Beautiful. I love that for you. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but I think you're in a better space, guys, you know? It can be very easy to get subjected to the devil or subjected to situations that may seem great in the short term, but suck in the long term. Either way, though, for you, Taurus, you guys are doing what you can to live your best lives, and you're doing what you can to do right by yourself, and that's what counts. All right? Shout out my bull gang. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we have finished up all of our earth signs. Thank you guys for watching. So far, everybody, we have done all of our fire. We've done all of our earth. We're going to be getting into water signs here next, okay? So do bear with me. All right, everybody. So let's get into water. Coming up on water is going to be Team Cancer. So Cancer, give me a moment and we'll hop into it. Hopefully I say your name correctly, but Callie, hopefully that's how you pronounce it. You said, hi, Aunt, how's it going? It's going pretty well, thank you. Really, really appreciate you. All right, let's jump into it, guys. Team Cancer, what's popping for you coming into your weekend? Message is showing up here for Cancer, baby. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What's going to be rolling on in here for our zodiac signs of Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac in the next 72 hours. What is going on here for the crabs? Team Cancer. The sassy crabs? That's what I heard. Okay. Apparently some of you Cancers are being sassy crabs this weekend, so don't be super sassy. What's going on with you? Or maybe you're being sassy because you're feeling more confident. You know, sometimes you can have like a confident sass that comes in, right? Either way, though. Interesting that sassy came through, but let's take a look. What's going on, Cancer? Overall energy for you, Ace of Swords in the upright. You had a realization, you had a bit of a light bulb moment this weekend. Looking at the current energy, Nine of Swords, what you're dealing with, the Sun. I love it. Looking at the outcome, Cancer, Page of Wands, a fresh start, huh? A fresh start, Cancer. Let's talk about it. You're starting to realize what I've been in fear of, Nine of Swords, what I've been doubting in my life, what's been making me unhappy, has been an illusion. The Nine of Swords typically is the energy of an illusion, by the way. We tend to feed into a reality, right? Like fear. What is the acronym for fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real, right? So when we're in a state of fear, we're not in an actual reality. right? But what we're in is we're in a state of a reality that doesn't exist, but we're believing that reality to come to light or to come to pass. So when we're in the energy of fear, false evidence appearing real, we tend to get to a point where that overtakes our current circumstances and our current reality. So I think that many of you have been in the energy of fear, but you're starting to recognize, why am I worrying so much about realities that don't exist? Ace of Swords. That's the light bulb moment. How do you break out of fear? You recognize that what you're fearing isn't what's happening right now. It's not even a reality that even exists, you know? I worry that I'm going to lose my job, or I worry that this person's going to break up with me. Have you lost your job? No, then that's not your current reality or circumstance. Has your partner broke up with you? No, then that's not your current circumstance, right? So when we're in the energy of fear, we're not in an actual reality. So that's one point to make, right? But ultimately, Cancers, I think a lot of you are just starting to recognize, like, the shit I've been focusing on is not even shit that is necessarily or inherently true. Like, maybe I've had my mindset on thinking that certain people don't like me, or thinking that I'm not enough, or thinking that the work that I provide isn't going well or isn't doing well. And it's like, when you actually take the time to think about it, it's like, that's bullshit. Because if I'm working hard, then I'm working hard. If I'm a person who's lovable, then I'm lovable. If I'm a person who's enough, then I'm enough. It's like, I need to stop feeding into these things that can be contributed to the dark side of my mind. Everybody has a positive side of their mind. Everybody has a negative side of their mind, right? So at the end of the day, it's like, I need to stop feeding and listening to the negative side of what my brain is telling me. So a lot of you guys are waking up and realizing, I've been feeding into bullshit. And I'm not here to invalidate anybody's feelings, by the way. I want you to know that. I'm not trying to say that what you feel isn't inherently real to you. It's real to you when you feel it. But I'm trying to tell you that the statements you're putting belief in about yourself, especially these negative statements, are what are not true. If you're telling yourself you're not enough, you're enough. The only reason you're telling yourself you're not enough is due to other people or due to situations you've experienced in the past that have made you put that pressure on yourself, when 9 times out of 10, dude, not even 9 times out of 10, 10 out of 10, everybody is more than enough, man. So you've been feeding into a lot of this negative stuff, Cancer, but I think you're having that realization where it's like, it's time to cut it out. It's time to let go. What I have fed my energy into was a lie, and I'm done doing that. It's time for me to feed my energy into the good stuff. And speaking of the good stuff this weekend, baby, a sun card popping up for Cancers. The energy of happiness, the energy of feeling like you're glowing. Your energy is shifting in a very, very massive way. You're going to go from being in that 9 of Swords vibe to jumping into feeling happy-go-lucky, incredibly positive, feeling good. And Cancers, you deserve that. Looking at the outcome here, Page of Wands, a fresh start, but also a fresh perspective. You're switching your perception. And as I always preach on this channel, your perception's your reality. So what you're perceiving is going on is what the reality is going to be that you're living and existing in, right? So for people who are perceiving fear, their reality is their fear, right? At the end of the day. But if you have a perception that everything in life is well, everything in life is going great, your reality is well and great. So Cancers, I feel like you're removing yourself from that kind of mindset. You're shifting your focus onto the good stuff, and it's definitely going to be a massive change for you. You know, you're going to notice that your behavior is different. You're going to notice that your vibes are different. Your feelings different. You're looking a lot better, happier, and healthier coming into the weekend. And it definitely feels, Cancer, like a fresh start with that Page of Wands, okay? Cancer, I love it. I don't know if I can explain it any better. I feel like there's a little bit more to this reading that maybe I could have said, but at the end of the day, this is what I'm seeing right now. So take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But yeah, I think you're getting your confidence back here. You're definitely having a switch in how you see things and your perception in general. And I think that it's exciting, guys. Okay, cool. I love it, Cancer. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Oh, that's what's up. You said I'm a Cancer and my name's Sassy. Shout out to Queen Sassy. That's cool. There you go. Hell yeah. All right, guys. So we have done all the water, all the fire, and all the earth. Getting on into our last but not least air sign, Team Gemini. Let's go ahead here and get it popping. What do we got showing up here for Gemini, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What's going to be rolling on in here for the gems? Messages here for Team Gemini in the next 72 hours. What do we got going on here for you? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Gemini, overall energy for you is going to go ahead and be the King of Swords in the upright position. You might be dealing with an air sign, so that could be a fellow Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Coming into the current energy, 10 of Pentacles reversed, what you're dealing with gems, Temperance in reverse, and then looking at the outcome this weekend, 10 of Cups in the upright. So definitely a turnaround showing up this weekend, which is relatively good. Now, King of Swords coming in for you typically could be the energy of being in a place of discipline, or it could be also about being in a place of restriction. I think that you've had your wall up and your guard up. You've kind of been having a difficulty here confronting a tough situation with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and I think it's been eating at you with the Temperance reversed as well. So you've had your wall up, your guard up, but it's been eating at you that a situation hasn't been so good. And the truth is like the more you keep your guard up and you keep a wall up and the more that you avoid confrontation, it's not going to be the best for a situation that's in a rough spot, because for a situation that's in the rough spot, you want to put all your time and your investment into it, right? You want to do what you can to improve it. The more you kind of leave it alone and ignore it, you know, the worse it can get sometimes. So I think that coming into your weekend here, King of Swords says, I need to be more stern. I need to jump on in to this 10 of Pentacles reversed and turn that 10 of Pentacles reversed into the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. It's time to make a situation where there's lack become abundant. It's time to completely turn something around. So I think that you've been kind of down for a while, Temperance reversed, right? You've been upset, you've been down, you haven't been happy with certain circumstances. You've kind of gotten to a point where it's like, I'm putting up a wall, I'm putting up a shield, and I'm just going to ignore them, right? And hopefully I can ignore my circumstances to the point where maybe they change on their own, or maybe, I don't have to worry about it. But ignore, just perfect. Zephyr took the words right out of my mouth, right? Zephyr here said in the chat, ignoring things doesn't make them go away ever. No, it doesn't, right? So we have to have confrontation. If we're going to ignore something, we're only delaying our healing, or we're delaying things that we need to improve upon. So confrontation is definitely showing up here coming into your weekend, Gemini. And I think it's going to turn out a lot better than you even expected. Looking at the outcome here being the 10 of Cups, you're going to start to feel a sense of fulfillment, because as you confront whatever needs your aid in your life, the fulfillment's coming in because you're choosing to do something about it. There's a lot of people that are like, my circumstances are just my circumstances, okay? My circumstances are just my circumstances and I can't do anything about them. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Sorry for yelling, but it's true. Because if your circumstances are just your circumstances and you can't do nothing about it, then we would have people who are struggling who never get to a better place. If our circumstances were just our circumstances, you would have individuals who are in rough spots in life who never got to a place of success, even though 9 times out of 10, when people are going through the hard stuff, they're on the brink of leveling the fuck up. When life is testing you, when challenge after challenge is hitting you, when you're going through difficult moments, you're always almost about to level the fuck up. Okay? So Geminis, you're going to feel that sense of fulfillment when you start taking back your power and you confront whatever needs fixing in life and you're doing something about it. Because yeah, you have the power to change your circumstances. Circumstances aren't just circumstances, right? They're not going to be that same way forever unless you do something about it. So you're doing something about it. And that's what's up. And I love that for you. I really do. Because I can't tell you guys how many people I see in my personal life or on social media that are like, oh my God, my circumstances suck, right? Oh, fuck. It sucks. I hate this. I hate my job. I hate my boyfriend, Max. Max really sucks, right? See that shit all the fucking time. And it's like, okay, break the fuck up with Max. If you ain't happy with Max, if you hate your fucking job, quit. I'm just being silly, but it's the fucking truth, dude. You always have power, man. That's why God gave you free will. You will always have power to do whatever the fuck you want to do, because it's your life and you're the person who's walking in your shoes and you're the person who's living it. So you're going to feel a sense of fulfillment, guys, doing something about your situation versus not doing something about it. So if you've been avoiding confrontation, Gemini, it's time to get confronting. It's time to remember that you have to take your power back. You have a level of control and a level of say in your circumstances. And if you want them to improve, you got to confront what's going wrong and you got to start coming up with a game plan on how to turn things around. Okay? Gemini, I love you. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you so much for tuning in here nonetheless, okay? We're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Shout out to my gems, all right? All right, everybody. With that all being said, guys, thank you so much, man, for coming out here to the weekend read. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I do want to mention, for those of you that are here, if you enjoyed today's video, smash that fucking like button. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Of course, if you guys want to support me in any way, you can always support me by leaving a like and by hitting that subscribe button. Of course, if any of you are new, come on down and subscribe. I'd be happy to have you, welcome you, and invite you into the Soul family. So I'll be super happy to have you if you're new and if you're interested. As always, everybody, if you're interested in personal reads, those are available all the time. So you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. First link in the description below if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. Zephyr asked, am I reading on Monday on President's Day? Yep, I'll be here Monday. I'll be here Monday through Friday next week. So yeah, I won't be taking off on President's Day. We'll be here on Monday, okay? Anyhow, though, guys, appreciate you so much. Personal reads as always, if you're interested. Like, subscribe as always, share with your friends, share with your homies. A couple of updates regarding the yearlies. Like I told you guys, I've been feeling like crap lately. I know they're super delayed. Scorpio, your video is already done. It's going to get uploaded soon. I have to edit it. Sagittarius, your video is done too. So we're almost there. We're at the end of the signs. For February, since, you know, it's been a clusterfuck of me having delays on videos, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to do a February check-in for all signs and then get going on March. So we'll see what happens there. I'll probably do like a mid-month check-in for everybody, and we'll get more videos out. All right. So I'm feeling better now. I'm recovering from how I've been feeling lately. So we're getting there, and hopefully we can be back on track and back on schedule soon. So I got to set some time aside to really get myself back on track here with the channel. But either way, I want to thank you guys for your patience with me on that. And I want to thank you guys in general for always being here, man. I fucking love you guys. Thank you for your support. We had a lot of people turn out today to the daily, or to the weekend reads. So thank you for that. And yeah, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe, have fun, enjoy yourselves. And I'm going to catch everybody in the next video. All right. All right, guys, take care. Have yourselves a good one. And I'll see y'all later. Much love and peace.